Good morning. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Australian Cup for 2015. It's at Flemington and it's over 2,000 metres, and that's significant. This review is presented by www.horseracingaustralia.info. That's INFO. Okay, having a look at the field, at this stage 16 runners and a very diverse market. You'll notice that Big Memory is our top rated horse, rated at $3.40 from Spillway, $6, Foreteller the 8-year-old, $8, and so on. Protectionist has a 20-point penalty on his best performance. Okay, if we're looking at the prices, you can see that these top two horses are going to be quite good prices. Down to Mourinho is the nominal second favourite, and Protectionist is the nominal favourite. Happy Trails down here, 7-year-old, has a 20-point penalty. Okay, let's investigate some of the horses using the GTX program, which we at Winform Ratings use as our form analysis guide. We do have a special available for Winform and GTX, which gives you a 10-day trial money-back offer. You can investigate that once again at horseracingaustralia.info. Okay, let's have a look at the field now. Let's first of all have a look at this Happy Trails. Okay, he's a 7-year-old, and why does this horse, who is the nominal second favourite here, have a 20-point penalty? If we have a look at his record, he only has around a 15% strike rate, and quite simply that's normally not good enough. But there are other problems within this field which I'll discuss shortly. So maybe we should reverse this penalty because he's had 8 starts at this track for 3 wins. This course and distance, 4 starts for 2 wins. So this is how I proceed with analysis a few days in advance. So if we reduce this penalty back to the 0, because it's 1/10 out, but if we look at his record at this track and distance, it's closer to a 50% record and a 20% record for the distance itself. Okay, coming right back. And now we have a look here, and what we find is that Happy Trails is now right in the mix as our 4th rated selection in what is going to be a fairly open betting race. Okay, now let's start from the top and have a look at Big Memory. Now Big Memory gets his rating here, Caulfield 2400, that was on the 11th of October, he rated a 76. Compare that to his other ratings. He's got a 58 here, a 55 there, and a 58.9 there. Now the interesting thing about this is he's got a 19% strike rate, never missed a place at Flemington. It's not the ideal distance. He does prefer a good track. It's not the ideal distance, and he's drawn barrier 15. Mark Zara rides, and that's a plus. The other plus is that in 2 runs from the spell he's finished very close up. That's really, really important. So it looks like this will be his peak run. 3rd run up last time, he was a winner, admittedly over 2,400 metres. I'm prepared to leave the horse in and give him a very good chance, even though it is not his very best distance. Okay, we go to our next runner. We're looking at Spillway. 21 starts for 4 wins. The important stat here is 3 wins out of 7 at this distance. The other interesting information in relation to GTX in the program, we've got a graph down here, and what this grey offers you here is an assessment of where the horse's form is over this relative distance, and you can see it's very close to his best. Okay, looking at the next horse, which is Foreteller, unfortunately is an 8-year-old, so he won't get my vote. He's had 2 runs from a spell. The last of them was quite good. But as I said, he's getting on now, and he's only had 1 win out of his last 16 starts. But you can see here that this is the perfect distance for him. So that brings him into calculations for a possible place at least. We have a look at the next horse, which is Happy Trails now, and looking at his form. As I said, 3 starts, 3 wins from 8 at this track, 2 wins at this course and distance, and of course you can see here that he won the McKinnon last year. And previously, of course, he's won that in October 13. He also won over the 2,000 metres here. Looking at the shadow here, Where's his best form? It just happens to be this distance, so he's definitely in the mix. Mourinho, he can't beat a last start win over 1800 metres and in fast time. His record at the track is not so good. 1 place out of 4 starts here, 4 wins at the distance, and also barrier 13. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. When we're looking at the barriers, you'll notice there are penalties here which we normally apply, but we don't apply them at the 2000 at Flemington. And there's a very good reason for that. In our new book, Winning is Everything, and the barrier book, which is going to be released probably in the next 5 or 6 weeks, it shows that at the 2000 metres, horses that are from the outside barriers actually do better than horses from the inside barriers. Now, I wonder why that is. One horse we can't avoid having a look at is Protectionist, which has a 20-point penalty here. And the reason for that is this is nowhere near his best distance. Okay, he won over 2200 metres back in June 2013, but as Chris Lees told everybody and made it very clear, this horse was only starting to get warmed up at the 1800 on his first up run. Remember, second up last year, he won the Melbourne Cup, and he won it in good style. So the problem is this is nowhere near his best distance. Also, he's in barrier 3, and the problem with him being in barrier 3 is that he may very well get cluttered up on the rails. So at the price, I'm steering away from Protectionist. I think his main target this preparation is probably the BMW over 2400 metres. Okay, those are the main chances. If you look here at Entirely Platinum, it has a very good record over distance, probably his best distance, but placed only 2 or 4 starts. And you can see the form shadow here showing you that that's the best distance. So all in all, we're sticking to our top few here. And as I said, I'll leave Fortella out of the win chances. I may regret it. I will leave Big Memory in the chances because of the very good form, 2 runs from the spell. And Happy Trails is always a chance. Okay, very hard race. I hope this explanation has helped you. Thanks for watching.